Go.
Hey, I appreciate you making time and rocking out with us. So, I was
Course.
telling you, this is Ian Main. He's out in Spain, and he's been
Yeah.
crushing it for a while. And Ruben Garcia, he won, or not won, but earned Mentor of the Year in 2024, and super cool, man. And that's what I've got questions about that. We'll dive into. I'm curious. Eh, being named the Mentor of the Year, that's a detriment, man. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. Congrats.
and it's your heart and it's your mindset. So, I mean, what got you to that point? Because obviously, I'm sure it wasn't like on your checklist that, hey, I need to go get that
Right.
recognition, right? Um, what'd you do that was so impactful for all of our mentees here?
Yeah. So I taught at a mentor retreat in Atlanta, Georgia, and I was asked the same thing. And I told them, I don't know. I don't
Right.
know what I did.
Yeah.
I honestly don't know. With the EXP con and basically got shuffled into a room and on the screen in the room said I was mentor of the year. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. But I don't know. I don't know. I guess I did a decent job at it. I'm sure there's mentors out there that are 10 times better than me. It's just luck of the draw, I would say.
Uh, uh, from what I know about you too, man, I know you work hard too. We've got a great program with our mentorship, right?
Yeah.
Um, what do you do? Do you kind of stick to the curriculum of the mentorship program?
So this, and I told him this, right? So as soon as I got it, I was like, all right, guys, just heads up. I've kind of built my own
Yeah.
program, and I don't know much about the actual mentorship program. I know a little bit, but not much. And I told him I was like, just because it's been altered so many times that once you get to learn something, it starts to get shaken up. So I had to create my own essentially, and I did.
Okay.
It's more of like a funnel than it is
Oh, nice.
than what they build. Yeah, and it's the only way you get to move down this funnel is through action, and you have to take action. And it doesn't matter if you fail at it, you don't do a good job at it. None of that matters. It's really just, are you moving forward essentially? And the more you are, the tighter the funnel gets, right? And the more time we get to spend together.
Love
Can
it.
I ask, this is so EXP Spain doesn't have this mentorship program. So what is it? EXP reached out to you to ask you to be part of this mentorship program, and they said like this is what's to be done kind of thing, and you were like, okay, but I'm gonna do my own thing.
Nah,
And
if they
and it works. Is that how it works?
No, if they came to me and said, "Hey, could you run this program?" Then I'd probably run the program. But what it was years and years, and I don't know, 5 years ago, maybe 6 years ago, I
Right.
asked to be a mentor.
Okay.
And then from that point, you just kind of stay in the program, and it's been altered a few times. Uh, that's why I started building my own.
Okay. Okay. But it's
Yeah.
cool that
Yeah.
you can do that in EXP. I think if you're really are a good mentor, you can only teach the way that you like to teach. You probably wouldn't be able to teach anybody
That's
else's
right.
stuff, anybody else's system or whatever it is. So it makes sense. It makes total sense, and it's great that you get to do that here as well.
Yeah, that's why fast cap's a little bit of a challenge. I enjoy it more than it is a challenge. But fast cap was,
Right.
hey, could you teach this program?
Yeah.
And you have to really kind of just read what it is, but I'm able to sprinkle my own love on it, and it's been
Oh, yeah.
fun. I've been able to do that, but yeah, for sure. If I were to build that program, it'd probably be a little bit slower, not as much information, is very condensed.
Okay.
Great program, and people love it, and I love it.
Mhm.
But there's a big difference between me saying, "Hey, I'd like to do this," versus they say, "Hey, can you do this?" I
You
gotta
do it.
follow the plan. You know what I mean?
Right, right, right.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Well, that fast cap series, I took it in January because I was highly interested in it, and it is very impactful. It is very fast, but you I've been telling agents that to go to it, but I tell them be prepared. It's super fast,
Yeah,
and you have to do the work, but you get the results. That's
you
the
do.
biggest thing. And so for anybody, whether it's a brand new agent, a mentee, or somebody that's got a lull in business, wouldn't you agree, Ruben, that that's a great program to dive into?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it gives a lot of great information that I didn't get when I first started. But I tell everyone this, I'm like, hey guys, it's a lot in this session. We're going to go over it. I want to hear your questions, but if I'm not able to get to all of them, this is what's good about it. Let's go into workplace or soon Slack, right? But let's go into
Right.
workplace. Ask me any questions, concerns, hit me up on Instagram, Facebook, this or that. Like I don't leave. I don't clock out, once this is all done. If
Right.
you heard something you got a question about or you need more clarity on it, reach out to me. Like I'm here for you for the long haul. So yes, there is a lot of information, but I tell them just jot down your questions and I'll answer them afterwards. I'll stick around for a while.
That's
That's really
awesome.
cool. How did you? How long were you in real estate for before you got into like mentoring other people and how to do it?
Ah, I've been in real estate for 10 years,
Okay.
probably a year and some change before I started learning more of the coaching stuff. I was being
Oh,
coached,
right.
but about a year and some change before I started learning some of the coaching stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And did you make? So have you? And I apologize. I mean, I've been following you for a long time on the social media. I can't remember how I met you. I have not that we met. I know you, but you don't know me, kind of thing. But are you now just like 100% on the coaching side and like the rev share building stuff, or are you still selling real estate?
So I was, and it was all stemmed from what would happen if I die,
Right.
essentially. And everything's so active, right? Real estate's active. Uh, the things that we were doing, like coaching's active. So we got into this very passive income mindset
Mm-hmm.
and started real estate investing and all the things.
Okay.
Uh, at that time, yeah, I was doing a lot more coaching, but had to kind of scale back to do it free, right? Because if I'm dead, I can't do it, right? So it's like
Right.
it was a different mindset. This year is the first year we got back into the field because we want to invest more. So it's going to
Okay.
take a little bit of capital to do so. And what better way than jumping in the field and learning this game all
Yeah.
over again, which is fun. I mean, we were able to cap fairly quickly. So that muscle's always been there. And
Yeah.
the way that we were able to pass off leads for, I don't know, 5 years, longer, probably 7 years. Uh, we built our own little program on that too, right? So it was a referral based type of team, and
Sweet.
we were still able to make money by doing it, but we weren't active in the field. We're now active in the field this year as a team,
Mm-hmm.
my wife and I.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's
Did
where
that
my
answer your
question.
question?
Yeah, yeah, no, 100%. I was wondering what your perspective on it was, like if you're still, because I know that people kind of make the switch, right? They start in real estate, they sell a bunch, and then they'll kind of switch to coaching. I think that's the stigma, like the normal thing to, or that's what people think the
Yeah,
normal thing to do is. But I know that there are a lot that do both also. And I just wanted to, that completely answered my question. That's cool.
we
That's cool.
we do it now, but we do it for free. And not just like this is our rev share value prop. No, I mean like even outside of EXP, like just business owners here in the area. I love just meeting with them and going over because we don't necessarily need it.
Right.
We don't need them to pay us. And I know the quote when they pay attention. When they pay attention. But
Yeah.
I could just fire them day of, right? Like you're
Right.
not paying attention. I'm out of here and done, right? Because we have
Yeah.
no agreement. We don't have anything. So it's a lot more fun now that it's
Yeah.
free.
Yeah. And it's out of passion as well, right? It's just
Yeah.
something that you to do. It's something you're
Right.
it's something you're passionate about. So,
Yeah, I love doing
it's
it.
always going to be about the money. So that's cool. I like that.
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
respect that.
Good. And so you said it's you and your wife. Do you have any other team members then, or how do you? What's the dynamics?
In terms of tax purposes and EXP, it's just my wife and I.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the team, I
Good.
mean, w- we see our whole org. Oh, am I frozen again? I froze
No, no,
You're
again.
good.
you're good.
You're
You're
good.
here. Yeah.
Oh, okay. But yeah, no. We do see our organization as a team, though, of course. So we do work together as a team. We got some new strategies we're doing that a few of us within the organization will get together. We'll go accomplish these things together, but they have their own brand, their own transaction coordinator, their own admin, their own marketing. But it's more of like meeting of the minds type of team.
Right.
That's very similar to what we're doing, Ian and I, with our organization we call the Champions. That's where all this comes from, and so that's what we do that same thing, and I love that, and that's what the platform of EXP allows us. And I tried building the team last year, like locally, and it just wasn't the fit for me. It didn't feel right. It was feeling forced, and like doing this and able to lift up other people when they have their own ideas of how they want to run business. And I could be like, Ruben, what's important to you? Iain, what's important to you? Jimmy, what's important to you? And oh, cool, let's get you there. Each one of you have a different game plan. And then we do stuff like this where we collaborate and have fun. And I think it's just simply amazing. And it sounds like you've found extreme success, Ruben, right?
Whatever you define success to be, everyone's
Uh,
got their own definition, you know?
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. I mean, obviously, yeah, whether it's finances, you've got your family, it's all that stuff.
Yeah.
But you're not losing, right? You're not.
As long as the family's healthy, dude, and no one's hurt, um, I'm winning, you know? As long as I could put well, it's funny today because I'm thinking as long as I put my feet on the ground once I get out of bed. But yesterday, so my daughter does jujitsu. She's 6 years old, and the coach called me on the mat. So I started rolling with these dudes, and I hurt myself. Of course I did, right? So maybe both feet didn't hit the ground this morning. I kind of limped out of bed, but as long as everyone's happy, man, and everyone's alive, I'm winning. You know, and I told the wife this a long time ago. I was like, dude, we could lose everything, and as long as like we have each other and we're in the same car, like we'll be fine, dude. So, but it is a cool thing to actually scale because I could die. I could die right now, and we have enough passive that they're not worried about the bills or what may come after that. So that to me was my Northern Star, which we accomplished.
yeah,
Um, so that was pretty cool. And the next thing I'd want to do, man, is this will be my second time applying, but to be the CEO of our realtor association, I'd love to do that. I think
okay,
go in there and do everything you just said, right? Find out the needs of the members and start building goals for all of them depending on whatever level they want to grow to, and then build like these pods. I got all these ideas,
Love it.
it's an old industry and these new ideas start to make people uncomfortable. So we'll see if the board lets me in.
Well, you're preaching to the choir on that. Here in Indiana, it takes everybody about 4 or 5 years to realize, oh, that is a success, or
Yeah.
that does work. Yeah, and I'm beating up my head. I'm like, oh, just jump on the train. It's okay.
It's okay, guys. It's okay. And the thing is like if you do see a track record, which I got called out, that someone was like, "Hey, I mean, but why? Why you? Why you? Why would we even consider you?" And I was like, "Fair question, right?" So then I
Yeah.
built out like this whole like resume of things, and no, I'm not like suited up with the tie. Um, no, I'm not coming in, with like this is what I've done forever, and I'm like spilling everything that I've done in the market. I'm a little bit different, shorts and t-shirt. But if you go back to that list, guys, it's all been proven, and it's
Yeah.
a lot of that's been disruption, but it
right,
works, and it works in the behalf of someone else, not for me, So if they just see that and open their eyes, which they'll be fine. Maybe they do. Maybe they do. Maybe they see this, but um, that'd be my next goal. My next
There you go.
success goal is where I was going with all that. Yeah,
that's cool. That's cool. Always moving forward. I like that, and it's
as
always
long as it helps out a lot of people,
well,
I'm good
that's
Yeah.
there.
exactly what I was about to say. You know, it's always looking at things to help others in the industry. That's cool. I have a question about, and this is just changing topic completely. Yeah, because I've always known um the proven by Ruben thing. That's like always something that since the first time I saw you, I can't remember if it was like on a builder's call like 2 or 3 years ago, or whatever group it was through EXP that I heard you talk for the first time. Um, how long have you had that running, the proven by Ruben, like your personal brand thing, right? How long has that been going, and how did you get into that?
Yeah, so I was working at UPS before real estate.
Okay,
I was there for 12 years before I
wow,
decided I wanted to quit and do something different with my life. And
yeah,
I was a single father at the time, so I realized that I wasn't ever home during Christmas, which is, UPS, right? So my plan was to escape UPS, get my real estate license, become a bajillionaire in 30 days and, quit the business or quit UPS. But when I was hustling at UPS, they would call me all kinds of names. Well, one, they'd call me like Jose or Gonzalez or like, whatever name they wanted to. And I always answered. Or they'd also call me like Super G, for Garcia, right?
Right.
And another one that stuck was Proven by Ruben. And it's because I wanted to do the work. If there was work to do, I wanted to do it. I wanted extra time, like I wanted to do everything. So I became pretty decent at everything there at UPS.
Right.
But as soon as I got my license, I was like, I'm taking that with me and I'm bringing it into real estate. I love so it really just came from UPS and I just brought it over.
Oh, that's so cool. Oh, that's
I
really
love it.
cool. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I assumed it was going to be some super inspirational story about you like coming from nothing into something and you proved to yourself that you could do anything kind of thing. I was
Yeah.
not expecting a UPS story. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a
But
pretty simple dude. I think the more you find this out, like a lot of the big breakthroughs were probably very simple things that happened in
Yeah,
my life.
yeah.
I love it too, but in essence, it morphs as well because as you become a success in real estate as well, it is being proven by Ruben.
Yeah.
Right.
And so it is. So your story does continue to change, even though you have that, and that's just I love that. That hey, those guys gave that to you from UPS, and now
Yeah.
you're carrying it to the next level as well. And I love your banners behind you too. Obviously, you've got one on hard work. What's that say? Trust hard work. Yep, love it. And then
Yeah.
thinking bigger and taking massive action.
Action.
Um,
Yeah.
I put out there one time on social media, and I got it from Brent Gove. Um, think big, and then think bigger. And it was funny because I got mixed comments. Like some people were like, dude, that's awesome. And some people are like, I don't think you should think bigger. And I was like, wow, and these are all like real estate agents. I was, oh,
Yeah.
cool. There you go. That's awesome. And so I love that because I think it is like, why have limitations on ourselves? Like, why can't, and especially you mentioned, being a dad, we all are, to you can't put limitations on your kids. Let them think bigger. If they want to
Mhm.
become that princess, if they want to become that prince, how do we get you there?
Yeah.
Right? So I love that you
Yeah.
have that stuff, man. Are you just big motivation to be inspired yourself and then share it, Ruben?
I think I've been told that.
Oh,
um,
right,
you know,
that's a great sign. Yeah.
yeah, I've been told that like, hey man, you're inspiration. I love your energy. And the truth is I'm just doing what I kind of listen, right? So as the universe gives me an opportunity or an obstacle, then I kind of lean into that thing and discover a little bit more about myself and what this world is all about. And by the way, it's just love and gratitude essentially. But like
Mhm.
the more I move into that, the more I find energy, and the more that others around me find energy.
Mm,
So I'm just navigating this world like everyone else. I,
mm,
I I think it just becomes inspiring because I will say one of my superpowers is consistency, and I just won't stop, and I'll just keep going and keep going and keep going and keep going. Some people respect it, some people are like, leave me alone. Um, but that and some of these bigger goals, when you talk about thinking bigger, it's not a one stop. You hit it one time and then that thing's gonna fall or give way. It's a boring, consistent thing you do every single day till only 8, 9 months or 2 years down the holy crap! Look how much headway we've made.
yeah.
But I think only through that, I'm just navigating this world like everyone else.
That's cool. And
Well
I have
said, man.
you're like talking about like energies and stuff and love and gratitude and all that stuff. Are you big on like the law of attraction and manifesting your stuff and visualization and things like that?
Oh, yeah. I mean, when I was thinking like, "Oh, man, I'm gonna quit this UPS gig, right? And I'm
Yeah.
gonna go full time into real estate." Um, I didn't necessarily I had some cool people at UPS, but I felt like I needed kind of bigger thinkers and action takers, but I
Mm,
didn't really know where to find them or what that looked like. So what
yeah.
I started to do was just, by the way, which is an excuse, right? what I ended up doing was just going to the internet and going to YouTube and listening to like Jim Rohn and Think and Grow Rich, and just
Yeah.
surrounding myself with all these people. And even in the book Think and Grow Rich, I mean, the first word is think,
Yeah.
right? You create what your thoughts are, and I was learning that through those people. So in my
Right.
house, remember, I mean, at the time I was on welfare, I was on
Mhm.
everything, dude. I didn't have much money at all, trying to make this dad thing work.
Right.
And so I canceled cable, put quotes on all the TVs. I put, and you might see this sometimes, it's a one is greater than zero
Mhm.
sign. I wear a t-shirt on it, but I put that on all the clocks, and on the clocks, which means something's better than nothing. So do something today, you know? And then I wrote on all the clocks time to get to work. So it didn't really matter what time it was.
How it was. That's
I
cool.
put, yeah, I put all these affirmations above my bed.
Right.
And on my door before I walked out of my bedroom. Yeah, I started flooding my mind of
That's great.
what could be, and it's worked out ever since. So
That's
I am very, I think, I don't do very well with excuses, a victim
Mhm.
mindset. I just negativity. It's almost like it's toxic to me, and
Yeah.
I'll just kind of like shake a little bit and then run away.
Yeah.
Um, I just cannot, and it's all from that, where the more you think positive, the more that you can attract those things that you've been thinking about for a long time. Yep.
Yeah. The reason I asked is because I came to a realization yesterday, and it was a big one for me, and it was kind of overwhelming for me at the same time. I was in my living room in my house because yesterday I did my first in-person event for like agent attraction and stuff. It went really
Wow.
well. But
Congrats, dude.
before it, I was getting ready for it because I'm a total introvert. Like I'm okay with the camera, but put me in front of like three people and I'll shit my pants.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
and I was just looking through like the presentation that I was going to do and stuff like that, and I came to a realization that for years and years and years I have been like visualizing me talking in front of people. Now, what I see when I visualize it is like a huge stage, like Tony Robbins kind of thing, like massive stadiums even, and that's what I see, and I would live the moment and see it and kind of, really try and attract that towards me. And yesterday I realized that in a way it's happening. Although there was
mhm,
only like 12 people there yesterday, it was the first time that it's happened. And then I started to think about other things that have happened. Like I don't know, like a year and a half ago, I got a new car. Not the dream car, but it's one that's way better than the one I had before. And that
yeah,
was something that I had on my vision board or something that I would visualize when I was going through these exercises and stuff. And I came to this small realization. Like I said, I got a little bit overwhelmed. I was like, oh shit, like things are actually working. The universe is working. This is it. It's actually happened. I just never realized it before. So now I feel like from here onwards, it's going to be a whole new perspective for me of looking at how the whole law of attraction thing works because it is working and it has worked, and I never even realized it was in front of my face the whole time. So, and I
yeah,
think that also is now why it is super, super important to be so clear on what you want. It's like be careful what you wish for thing, right? Like, oh, I want a new car because what I have is a piece of trash, blah 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 blah. Like now I have it, and I didn't even like give thanks for it because it wasn't this Ferrari or the Lamborghini that I've always been thinking about. I don't
yeah,
know. I just had a total shift yesterday in perspective of how the whole thing works. And my first thought was actually to go through Think and Grow Rich again. I usually read it every year anyway, but now that you mentioned it, I thought it was quite a coincidence. But no, that's
there are
cool.
no coincidences.
Exactly, yeah. And every person that I talk to that has done well or is doing well, and they're recognized for it, they all say the same. They're all every single one of them talks about how the clarity in where they want to go and how they see themselves doing it and they manifest it and the affirmations and the same thing you said about negativity, being toxic, every
Yeah,
single one. So it's like, I don't know, those of you that don't believe in all that stuff, I don't know. I feel like it's been Prove it.
Yeah,
Oh,
but yeah, proven, yeah, it's been proven. But I think, dude, I mean, you're right, you're right. But I mean, if you don't believe in it, that's okay. And maybe
yeah,
you're not ready, and that's okay too.
Yeah.
But it sounds like you had gratitude for what you had in the moment, and you're very thankful for those opportunities, which is only so the universe is going to put stuff in front of you to see how bad you really want it.
right.
After this, it's going to reward you for it. You just got to lean into it. That's it. That's
Mm.
what I've learned. Just lean in, screw up, right? You got to mess up. It's all good. But just show the universe like, yo, this is what I want, and I'm willing to do it. Let's move forward. It's going to impact a bunch of people. So you're doing what you're supposed to do, man.
That's it.
Well,
That's
I love it. Great story there too, Ian. And I love that. From both of you guys. Yeah, you guys are inspiring for everyone else listening out there too. I'm going to do an Ian here as well, and I'm going to go on a whole different topic. Um,
Cool.
your tattoos. When did you start
Yes.
getting tattoos, and what's your favorite one?
So my first time, well, I started drawing on myself as like a kid all the time because I draw a lot, right? And I'm
Cool.
artsy, right?
right.
So I like doing that stuff. My mom hated them, of course, and she's kind of old school, right? And she's like, "You cannot have a tattoo if you're living with me." And I think a month after I turned 18, I moved out and started getting tattoos. Um, my favorite one now is probably this one. It says, ugh, it says "Dad." Oh my gosh, it's gonna be hard to see.
Okay.
It says "Dad," and it's
Okay.
got a heart, but the
Right.
heart looks broken, right? So
Yeah.
maybe she was 5 at the time, or 5 or 6 years old, but I wanted her to draw her hearts because she draws these type of hearts all the time, and then write "Dad," and I wanted that tattoo. So she did it, she drew it, and I was like, "Why?" I love it, but why is it broken? Why
Yeah.
is the heart broken? And there's a lot of magic in kids if you just pay attention. They're
Crazy.
definitely here to remind us like the value of living in the moment and how much love is needed on this earth. But she was like, "It's not broken. It's sewed together so it never breaks again."
Right. Jeez, oh man, it's like philosophical life lessons from a 5.
I was like,
Right. Wow.
"Ah," you know.
Crazy.
Um, but okay, cool. Like, how does she know that
Yeah.
I've been through some whatever everyone has, right? But and then she says like it's stronger now, essentially. It's been sewed
Yeah.
together so it never breaks again. And I was like, okay. So
Powerful.
that's now
Wow.
my favorite. Yeah, yeah, I enjoy it. I like it. And it reminds me, it's right there. So I look at it every once in a while.
That's true. That's true. How long ago did you get that one?
Probably a year ago ish.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's my newest one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Do you guys
Uh,
got tattoos?
do you have Jason? I
I
don't know if you
do.
could. Oh, you
Yeah.
do? I didn't
Yeah,
know.
I've got two dog paw prints here
Oh,
on
really?
each side from the dogs I had previous, and then I've got one in my back or on my back here. I used to be a chef, and so I've got a chef hat and some knives back there, and then I've got another one on my leg. So I think I just have four. So yeah, they've been cool. And I always love people's stories on them.
Me too.
Yeah. And
Right.
yeah, my stuff is kind of like my journey a little bit from my chef tattoo. The one on my leg is a I don't know if I could get my leg up there. Um, it's a WWE symbol because I've been a big fan forever, and it's really just been a lot of what I did. And back when I lived in Louisville, Kentucky, I actually tried to be a wrestler for a minute, but I hurt my back, and it just wasn't the path for me.
Yeah.
So it was that was that piece. I got into culinary school, did cooking, love my dogs, and so I put those on my body too, and it was just something cool to have, man. And it makes me think, and it's funny because I don't think about them, and then it's people start asking about it at the
Yeah.
pool or whatever, and you're like, oh yeah, I forgot about that one. Ian, you've
Right.
got one or two or eight,
The
don't you?
wrestling chef.
The wrestling chef, yeah, yeah. If you don't like my food, I'll take you down.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
right.
I got a couple. I got one on my chest here. This was my first one that I got done. I think I was 17 at the time. Um, it's like a little tribal thing, and the meaning of it is think more about the tattoos you get when it's your first one. So that's that's what that one teaches me and teaches everyone else when they ask about it. But then I got like another big
Nice.
one here, like goes up to my neck, like and down here. It's really cool actually. So I'm from Scotland, and it's like I don't know if I can take it up. It's like
Oh yeah.
a shield with a knot. It's
Awesome.
like a Celtic knot. It's called a destiny knot. Apparently, it's like a knot that unravels itself and shows you your destiny kind of thing. But then I've got like swords and stuff through it. One of them's Aragorn's sword from Lord of the Rings because I'm a huge Lord of the Rings fan. I've got William Wallace's sword because it's part of my culture, and then I've got a big axe which is from Skyrim. I'm a huge, I used to be a huge gamer as well. Skyrim was like my favorite game. So yeah, it's like you said, it's all part of your journey, your story, and kind of thing. So
I love
that's
that.
all I got. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Super cool.
I love when they do have a story, man. And but humans are attracted to stories, right? It's just there's a reason why you got it, and it's always cool to
Yeah,
know the story behind it.
I
So I
think
love
so.
that.
I think so.
It
100%.
it is truly awesome. And Ruben, I wanted to stay true. I know you're a busy guy with a busy schedule. So we definitely want you to enjoy your day the best you can too. And we just appreciate you stopping by and hanging out with us today. And I get to follow you too on social media as well through EXP, and I've seen you on stage a few times, and
Yep.
I've always thought the world of you, and it's so great to, yeah, just really put it into perspective now as we're in this same room. And I just want to say thank you, not only for being you, but yeah, just for everything you do for our industry and for our company too, man. So thank you.
Hey, don't stop here, baby. We keep going.
Let's go.
Okay.
I love it.
Let's go. Keep doing it with guys like you. So no, I appreciate it, but I wouldn't be anything. What's that quote? Sitting on the shoulder of giants. That's all I'm
Yeah.
doing, man. I'm just sitting on the shoulder of giants, and you guys are some of those giants. So as long as we stick together and keep this thing moving forward, we're all doing good. And we're doing it good for the whole industry. So let's keep going.
Stay
That's it.
blessed, man. I love that.
Yeah.
You keep up that energy and all the goodness. And thank you.
Of course. Thank you.
No, thank you. I just want to say quickly, so anyone watching this, honestly, check out Ruben's Instagram. How can they find you? What are the Proven by Ruben? Is that your thing or your handle or yeah?
Yeah, proven by Ruben everywhere. Surprised
Everywhere.
no one took it. You know how many Rubens are in the world, but no one's ever thought about it. So yeah, you should only find me. Proven by Ruben on everything. Just hit me up. Yep.
That's it. Look him out. Check him out. I've been following him for years now, and ever since that first time that I saw you, you've stuck with me. Something about you. I don't know if it's just your energy, the vibes you're giving, or the Proven by Ruben thing. It's stuck with me this whole time. So I'm really grateful also to have you on this call, and I honestly wish you the greatest success for you and your family.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. And for the proven by Ruben thing, I guess we can thank UPS. So buy some
Yeah.
stock before this video comes out.
Yeah.
Thanks, y'all. I
Aw-
really appreciate it.
Awesome,
No problem.
brother. Have a great day, man. Thanks again for your time.
You got it. See ya.
I can't remember where I saw him the first time. I think it was on like Builders or something. I'm sure he had. I was going to ask him actually. I'm sure he had like false teeth or something.
Oh,
He had,
really?
I'm sure he took it out on live with us, or maybe it was just a video of his I saw. I'm pretty sure he has like false front teeth or something like that. I can't remember. I don't know.
Hmm.
Anyway,
He, I think I saw him. I think he talked at Build one year, or Cabo, one of those. And he was telling one of his stories today, and I was like, was it the UPS? I don't know what it was, but something rung in my bell. I'm like I've heard this. I was like, oh yeah, I have seen him in person. So, but man, just as I see him, it's just he's just awesome. And I didn't know you
yeah,
followed him. I didn't know you followed him on
yeah,
Instagram and everything. So that was cool. Good. Because
yeah. No,
I know sometimes with our guests, yeah, you may not be familiar just because they're
right.
more US based or what have
Exactly.
you.
Exactly.
Um,
Yeah, yeah. I get
so
that.
that's cool. Good. And man, he fit right into, mindset, all that stuff. I was like, dude,
I think so.
amazing.
Yeah, it was a nice call. It was nice to go off of what our normal structure would usually be with somebody on the call, right? It was just a chill conversation,
Well,
back and
and I'll
forth.
tell you, as we shifted our gears to do this way between me and you, I've liked it. And it's
Yeah.
just like, hey, it's literally what a podcast is.
Yeah.
We're having conversations, and that's what that was. It's nothing's forced, nothing's planned. It's like, hey, let's just go with it. And yeah, I love it, so and I think he likes it too, just even being there, he's just having fun and smiling and bringing energy.
That was it. That was it.
Yeah,
No, that's
super.
really
So,
cool.
hey, I want to go back to you, man. So tell me about that event, bro. That's awesome.
That was good. So, did I tell you the numbers? I think I
Yes, you said 98% showed, 50% joined.
yeah, that's what it looks like so far. So I have 2 people already filled out the join app thing. Although they might not
Awesome.
join right away because Spanish summer, you know how it is. Some of them are going to wait until like maybe after August. Some of them are going to join in a couple of weeks because they go away this week.
Mhm.
Um, so really good. I'm following up with a bunch of them. We made really great connections. They connected between themselves, which I thought was really cool at the event. I was just like standing watching everyone changing business cards and stuff. I was like, this is what it's all about. I love it.
Love it.
Um,
Yes.
no, and it was good. It was a natural flow because I'd already spoke with everyone that was there. It was easy for me. And I think that's why there's such a high conversion also. So, because I remember you told me to like invite everyone and have like a whole bunch of people there, and I was like, no, it's like, I don't want to do it like that because I want to have way less. And it worked. It's worked. So
Good.
I told Jose Antonio, the director of Spain, is like, I think I'm looking at about a 50% conversion rate. And he was like, what? I said, yeah, and because he's doing loads of recruitment events all over Spain at the moment, and he's not getting 50%. And I was like, yeah, I think I'm gonna get 50%. It looks like it. So he was really pleased with that. So I'm super happy with how it's working. I've even got like agents in my downline co-sponsoring with each other and stuff. So um it's cool. It's really, really cool. And I'm really happy with how it turned out. I want to do possibly 2 more this year, 1 more at the start of next year, and then those will be my test events to see if I can really just fine tune them and really nail it down on how to do it and how to present better and stuff.
Yep.
And then I think I might start traveling a little bit further away to do the model explain videos in areas where we don't have many agents. That's my plan.
Hmm.
That's what I'm
Smart.
tapping into. Yeah, yeah.
I love it.
So yeah, it's cool. I mean, some of these agents that'll be coming on will be really, really great and builders also. So it's all happening. Yeah.
I love your vision, buddy. And, when, I told you that, hey, invite everybody. And I
Right.
love that, you know what you want. And, and you know me, I always love to be helpful. So I'll throw 80 different ideas at you. And yeah, you do what you need to do. Right. That's me. But you have that vision of what you want to do, and you're seeing the immediate success from it. And having a 50% conversion rate is that success. Ruben just said, hey, success looks different for everybody. I agree. And in this case, yeah, hey, 12 of them came, 6 of them are going to join. That's unbelievable from one day, one event,
Right.
you know? So I love that you're thinking of, hey, I'm going to do 2 more this year, because I was going to ask you what's your focus. I mean, obviously success was there. 12 people showed up. Awesome. And even if the other 6 that aren't the right nows, then that requires that
Oh
follow-up
yeah.
program, right? And
Oh yeah.
that's where you get that. But and then for you to say, hey, I'm going to go in these different areas, your vision is amazing, dude. And you're plotting it. And that's gonna grow you, and that's gonna be that huge success. So stay focused with all that, buddy. And I when we have these conversations and I get to hang out with you, um,
Yeah.
it's so cool. It's so cool, man. And I'm grateful to be your friend and be able to do this with you too, man. So
Yeah, yeah. From the beginning. So it's
I
cool
know,
because we get
right?
to see growth. Yeah, we get to see how things change and how our conversations change as we go on and stuff. So
Yeah.
now, but I got it. I've been talking about doing an event for like 2 years now. So it's done. I got it out the way. I'm ready for more. So We'll see.
You did it, man. You did it. You stumbled through it, bro.
Yep, 100%. And it worked. So I'm
Yep.
super happy with how it went. And yeah, I want to do more. I think I need to run through the footage, but I think I recorded the whole thing. So I might use that for social media. I had a mic on, tripod at the back with a phone, that I don't use anymore. And I think I got the whole thing, which would be awesome for social media. So it's just a model explained video. That's all it would be. It's just a little bit drawn out, a little bit more detailed and stuff, which is cool.
Yep.
But so yeah, lots of different stuff came from it.
Well, and for you to put that out there, I mean, very similar to what Brent does. And yeah, if you have that recording, even if it's, it's not the Brent Gove quality, that's okay. Just put it out there. People
Right.
will watch it, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And then if you start getting views from it and agents, then cool. Well, now I need to update it and make it a little bit more, whatever. So yeah,
Exactly.
I that was smart. You record it, yeah, throw it out there, and yeah, good for you, man.
We'll see how it goes. So
I I want to make a video, and it's always just I keep pushing it off, so I got to push
me too.
myself to do it.
Me too. I'm the same. I'm the same.
We've talked about it. We've talked
All
about
the
doing
time.
it. Yeah.
All the time. We do it.
But
We
I
do it
mean,
all the
now
time.
now you have one.
I have it. I just need to clean it up. There's about 2 hours of footage there, so I need to take. There was a lot of talking and questions and stuff as well. So
Oh yeah.
I clean it all up and edit it
Yeah.
all out, make it a little bit more condensed and easier to watch, and then yeah, see what comes from it. I'm excited. So no, I'm. There's a thing that I did, which comes from Jose Antonio, just for future reference, if you're ever explaining the model and want to do a similar thing. So I pull up on numbers, and it's 750,000, 4, 30,000, 2,500. And then I'll ask the audience, like, does anybody want to take a guess what these numbers are? Some people try to take a guess. Nobody gets it right ever, which is cool. And then I'll say to them, so basically what this is to make 2,500 a month passive income, that's 30,000 a year. That would take 750,000 invested at an average of 4% return in a year, which is, average. And I always joke, like, I know you can sell me property, which will get me more, blah, 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 whatever, but let's just call it 4%, which is kind of like a normal thing.
Right.
Who has $750,000 saved up to invest right now, ready to go to create 2,500 in the bank? Nobody. And then I change slide and I show them my rev share, which is currently sitting at 17 agents, 11 frontline agents, with 3,500 paid last month, 2,700 paid the month before. And I'll say to them, like, what's easier? Save up 750,000 euros or dollars, or have 11 agents join EXP with you, which, by the way, I'll help you with and do for you. And it's like that's a really cool moment there. The people are like, huh. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, gets them thinking. So
It
yeah, interesting.
so many people don't think that way, and for you to show them and have them to start thinking that's a great quality, because you do want to think of that and be like, man, I don't have 750 euros or dollars, 750,000. I don't have that, but I need it later on in life, maybe, or maybe I need it sooner, whatever the case is. So you're getting people thinking, and that's nice. So yeah, well done with that too.
That's it. That's it. It's for the people that are like, oh, I don't want to do rev share. I want to focus on sales, which is what I recommend. But this will get them going in the back of them. This is what creates the EXP insomnia, where you go home at night and you can't sleep because you're just thinking about it all the time. So now it's
Yep.
just a really cool thing, which I saw from Jose Antonio in his EXP explained model, and I was like, oh, I need to put that in there. The difference is I actually took screenshots of my rev share payments showing that they were more than 2,500 a month. So it was real
Right.
results with only 11 agents on my
Yep.
front line, which is insane. But
Yep.
yeah, so it just, gets people going. That was the idea, and it worked. So
That's great. I think Gene Frederick did that.
really,
Yeah.
okay.
And so, yeah, because I know he talked about the 4% of the interest rate and or whatever the percent.
Okay, maybe
Um,
maybe Antonio pulled it from there. Yeah.
um, but I love it. I
Ah,
love it. I
cool.
want it. I want it. I think it is. You've got me thinking it myself because as I've talked to agents, how can I get them to stop? I think we need these moments to have them stop. Stop
Yeah,
thinking, stop being busy, stop looking at their phone, stop and listen,
yeah.
and that's a good point that you put that in there. And so that's where I'm thinking because like I made some calls this morning and I'm talking to um I think he's a team leader with Remax. And I need him, he's open to the conversation, but I need to make it impactful. And I
Right.
think when you show your real numbers, that puts it in perspective. Because if you've got 17 agents and you did what, 3,500 last month? You know what you made in 2024 on rev share by chance?
No, I don't have the we don't get in Europe for some reason the year to date thing.
Yeah. Let's
No,
call
I
it.
would need to sit down like and pull it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
17 agents. So yeah, because with yours, let's call it. I'm doing it in dollars, $20,000 if you did that. I'm just trying to look at some. Yeah. So I was just looking at it per like I love that you have 17 agents and that you're making 3,500 a month. I know
Great.
that it fluctuates, but
Right.
um
Right. That's
and
great.
that's great because when it looks as my agents, I've got a total of 51 now. That includes your 17. And so and I made about $24,000 last year. So that averages almost to like $500 an agent that I
Right. Okay.
help all the time.
I need to do that.
So your
Yeah.
average is higher because yeah, of the focus again, and that goes back to, your vision of everything too. So
Yeah. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see. I wanna hit 5K. That's my next goal. Um Inma has capped. She's only been in
yeah,
the company 6 months.
yeah, that's
So
awesome.
she's got 6 more months, 100% commission, which is insane. We can have 2 more capping agents if they don't slow down, which I don't think they will. So that'll be really interesting to see. When I tell people my numbers, they're they expect hundreds of agents. Well, no, maybe not hundreds, but they expect way more than what I have.
Bigger,
Like,
right,
oh,
right.
like, oh no, I have 11 agents on my front line, and I have 6 on tier 2, and that's it. I have no more. So no, it's cool. But this year has been way better than last year. I'll let you know. I'll calculate all my numbers and I'll let you know.
Okay.
I want
Um,
just to see the comparison and stuff. So cool, man.
yeah, yeah, as you track it and yeah, just kind of look at them too. So, but no, man, it's so great. The success is coming and these guys and gals are working hard. They're reaping the rewards, the benefits. And it's to your leadership, buddy. So,
Yep.
keep doing what you're doing. Um,
Heard that.
I'm gonna sit back and watch. I'm gonna get my popcorn.
Yeah, no, it's working. I think I might just go hard on the events like for a full year and then
Yeah. Well,
see what.
and I think you should. I mean, again, with the vision, and if that's your focus, where you're saying, "Hey, I want to focus on this and do less production," why not go hard,
Right, yeah, yeah. For me,
right?
it's choose one and just go hard on all that. Like I either sell a bunch of homes or I just go hard on the recruiting side. And honestly, I'm better at this than I am selling homes, so why not?
Yeah, and go with it. But and that's the thing. You did the first one. You've got the material, and it's just going to get easier. And then, like you said, you keep improving. Um, you know, and figure
Exactly.
out things to make it easier, you know, and even for those other agents, or even for all 12 of those agents, follow up with them and say, hey, what feedback do you have from me? Not about the
Yeah.
presentation, but about the event itself.
Right.
I need straight feedback, you know, and they say, oh, well, it could have used you know,
So,
something
something.
sweet
Yeah.
would have been
Whatever.
nice to have, yeah, or whatever, yeah.
Right. Right. Exactly. Exactly.
And you're like,
Yeah.
well,
That's
oh,
good. That's a good point. I mean, in all honesty, I could have. I don't see why every single agent that went there wouldn't join, because I spoke to all of them beforehand. They knew what was coming. They knew what was there. I know that they're worthy of joining EXP, that they've got the experience and whatever else. Um, so yeah, I'm just gonna follow up on a bunch of them. A bunch of them messaged me this morning, asking me to call them back, and they have some questions and stuff. So it's cool. People are thinking about it. People are going, and
making the
it's going on.
motions.
So yeah, exactly,
Good.
exactly. So
What
yeah, let's
let
do
me ask you
more.
this before we head out of here too. You had 12. Um, how do you get the next 12 for the next event?
So I would. Oh, so I don't know if I had 12. Let me check. I've got the register here. Did I tell you 12?
I don't know. That's the number I'm making up.
No, I think I might have told you 12. I think I was expecting 12, but that's including some people that weren't invited. So I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 people register. So these are guests.
Yeah.
And then I was going to have 2 more from my team show up. So that would have been 11. And then, I don't know, me 12. Trini was there as well. So maybe that's where I
Yeah.
got the 12 from. 8 showed up of the 9, which is cool. Out of those 8, I know that 4 are going to join. So of the 9 that were registered, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them were mine. And then the others were like invited from by my agents. So I would like to see more agents invited by my agents than me having to, because I did like Facebook ads, I did some publishing,
Oh,
I
did you?
worked.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's where a bunch of them came from as well, which also a bunch of them didn't register for the event, so I'm still following up with. I've got a whole CRM for like the people that came through the Facebook ads and stuff. Um, so for the next one, I would like to see less come through me and more through my agents. But I'll still do some advertising. I'll still do some work and get people involved.
Nice. Well, and
So
then
yeah.
even that highlight video you sent me, send that to the 17 in the Champions organization. And,
Oh yeah, I did that already. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, good, good, good. Because that's it, man. We got to show that activity and yeah, just yeah, keep it up and um no,
Oh,
nice job. And I just want to keep helping motivate you however I can, buddy.
oh, it's working. Don't you worry. Yeah, yeah, yeah. When you tell me that you want 100 agents, I know that every one that I add is one more to yours also. So that
Yes,
motivates me a lot. That
awesome.
it really.
Once
So
we get to 100, then it's 500.
yeah. Yeah.
That's my freedom number on the board. 500
Interesting.
is
The next milestone. I
yeah,
like
because
that.
if I could get 500, then I could make as much, if not more, in rev share than I'm doing in production.
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
Based on my numbers right now. Now, if I am able to attract better agents that are producing, then my numbers will be improved. So that 500 might not be the ultimate, but it's a great number.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's what I look at more now with these events. It's bringing people on that are way more qualified. So hopefully that'll help. And you might
Good.
get that freedom goal by 300 rather than 500 agents. So we'll see. We'll see.
Yep.
That's what we're working
Yeah,
on.
it really is. So I love your focus, buddy. So all right, well go have a good night, man. And you're heading out of town.
Yeah, I'm off to Paris tomorrow morning, like 4 in the
Woo!
morning. So
Woo!
I'll be back on
Awesome.
Sunday. I'm here all next week, and then I go again to Tenerife, which is an island off of Spain. So
All right. I'll
for
probably forget about that one. So just remind me.
yeah, that's cool. I don't. Yeah, well, I'll probably talk to you anyway whilst I'm on holiday. So
Yeah. Yeah. Um, well, awesome. You're a rock star. Super proud of your momentum and the things you're building. So keep it up. And let's
thank
keep
you.
let's keep creating some champions, bud. What do you say?
Let's do it. Let's do it. I appreciate you and everything you do for me. So yeah, we'll be in touch. I'll let you know. I'll send you some pictures from Disney World.
Awesome. I'll look forward to it.
Cool.
All right.
All right, man. Take it easy.
Cool. All right, buddy. See you soon.
Bye bye.
Bye.